Hello, everyone. Welcome to class. It's a happy holiday. Welcome to class. I can see my students in the class. Amazing. Welcome to class, everyone. I'm super excited to all have you in class. Now, let's write our date. And before we do, as our custom is at Learning Based Academy, let's take our self-affirmation. Every day and in every way, I am getting better and better. You can say that after me. Every day and in every way, I am getting better and better, wiser and wiser, smarter and smarter, stronger and stronger, richer and richer, healthier and healthier. I am rich in knowledge. I am the best. Amazing, amazing. Now let's write today's date. Today is Tuesday, 15th July, 2025. This is maths class. Yes, I am the best. Now I'm going to make this maths class highly interesting for everyone. All right. I hope you're ready. Yes. I actually wanted to do revision questions, but yes, we're going to do something different. So, what are we going to do? We're going to do mental math. All right. Mental math is always a fun time in mathematics class. We want to learn how to divide and multiply decimals by powers of 10. Let us multiply and divide decimals by power of 10. But wait, can you hear me at all? Yes, so if you can hear me, type 500 in the chat. Let's go. At the countdown of 10, type 500 in the chat with your name beside everything you post. When you want to post something, make sure your name is beside your post. If you can hear me, type 500 in the chat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, Foladara, I can see your 500. Favor Godwin, I can see your 500. Michelle, I can see your 500. Amosu, Blessed, I can see your 500. Timilenya Remu, I can see your response. Adele K. Yes. Mustafa, yes. Oba, okay. Um, Whenever you're typing, make sure you put your name beside your response, all right? Adeyemi Akorede, well done. Courage, well done. Obaluluwa, is this Obaluluwa? Yes, I believe so. Yes, welcome to class. If you don't type your name, there's no way Mrs. Grace will be able to call you. My name is Mrs. Grace Adeolu. If you do not know my name, that is my name. At least you now know it. All right. So let us multiply. Multiplying and dividing decimals by powers of 10. Multiplying and dividing decimals by powers of 10. Yes, we have learned powers of 10 before now. In fact, many times we have gone through powers of 10, but not too much. We are still going to learn what powers of 10 are. Now, we have 10, which means 10, and that is 10 raised to the power of 1. But when you have a number with an index of 1, power also means index. When you have a number with an index of 1, you don't really need to write that index because we all know it is 1. 100 means 10 times 10, and that is 10 raised to the power of 2 because 100 has two zeros, all right? 1000 means 10 times 10 times 10, which is 10 raised to the power of 3 because 1000 has three zeros. 10,000 is 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, which is 10 raised to the power of 4 because 10,000 has four zeros. Now, 100,000 has five zeros. So that is 10 multiplied by itself in five places. That means 10 raised to the power of 5. All these powers are also called indices. When it is 1, you say it's an index. All right? 1 power equals index. All right? When you have 2 powers or more than 1 power, you say indices. So indices is the plural of index. Now let us multiply decimal by powers of 10. Let's look at examples. Let's look at examples. Now the first one, we have 0.4 times 1000. What is 0.4 times 1000? I'm going to write out the 0.4 somewhere, then I'll multiply by 1000. 1000 has 3 zeros. When you're multiplying by powers of 10, move your decimal point to the right. Move your decimal point to the right. Move your decimal point to the right. Move your decimal point to the right, to the right, to the right. I hope you heard that. Okay, so when multiplying by powers of 10, move your decimal point to the right. How many times? Now, the power of 10 we have here is 1000, which has 3 zeros. So move your decimal point 3 places to the right side. 1, 2, 3. Wherever you stop counting is where your decimal point will be if there are still more numbers. But since there are no more numbers, so which means our decimal point has been shifted outside. What do we do to the empty curves? Fill them up with 0. So fill up these curves with 0. All right. So our answer should be 0400. No, there's 0 before a number is the same as number. All right, another example, which is example 2. What if I have 2.1393 times 100? 2.1393 times 100. 100 has 2 zeros. I'm going to write out the decimal 2.1393. We are going to move to the right. When dividing, move to the left. Multiplying, move to the right. When dividing, move to the left. Multiplying, move to the right. So we want to multiply, so we move to the right. So from the decimal point, we're going to move 2 places to the right because 100 has 2 zeros. So let's do it together. 1 and 2. So our decimal point will be between 3 and 9 because we stopped counting in between 3 and 9. So our next answer will be, our new answer will be 213.93. If you're following me, type the answer to number 2 example in the chat. Make sure your name is beside your response. If you're following, make sure your name is beside your response. Type the answer to number 2 example in the chat. If you're following, type the answer to number 2 example in the chat. Amazing. Favor Godwin. Yes, I can see your response. Good job. Good job. Foladara, I can see your response. Good job. Good job. Joy Funyilola. Good job. Precious. Precious and Praise. Good job. Amara. Good job. Okonkwo. Good job. Peace. Good job. Oba. Good job. Kosi Sochuku. Good job. Michelle. Good job. Good job. Kosi. Good job. Yes, yes. Easy mental math. Yes, Timileyin Aremu, good job. Adeleke, good job. All right. Now that you know this, let's move on to examples on dividing by powers of 10. Okay, division is the opposite of multiplication. All right, more examples, but this time it will be on division. Now let's look at the first one. 7 divided by 100. 7 divided by 100 is the same as 7 all over 100. So write out the 7, let it stand alone. When dividing by powers of 10, move to the left. When dividing by powers of 10, move to the left. When dividing by powers of 10, move to the left. Okay, so when dividing by powers of 10, move the decimal point to the left side. All right, we don't have a decimal point here. Place a decimal point after the number. All right, then we move it to the left how many times? 2 times because 100 has 2 zeros. So let's move it to the left 2 times. 1 and 2. Decimal point must be written where you stopped counting. Decimal point must be fixed where you stop counting. Then if we have any empty curve, fill it up with 0. We have curve here, fill it up with 0. And on the left side, no number, put a 0. So our answer is 0.07. All right, I'm moving on to the next example, which is example 2 for dividing by powers of 10. What if I have 5.2 divided by 10? 5.2 divided by 10, I'm going to write it out as 5.2 all over 10. Then I'll write my 5.2 to stand alone. 5.2. Then I'll divide by 10. I'll count to the left, move the decimal point to the left. I'm moving the decimal point only one time to the left because 10 has only one 0. So let's move it 1. So our decimal point has a new place, which is before 5. Then since there is no number on the left side, write 0. So the answer is 0.52. The answer is 0.52. If you're following, type 0.52. Awesome, awesome. Okonkwo Eric. Yes, I can see that you're following 0.52. Yes, Favor Godwin 0.52. Joy Oyinlola 0.52. Kosi Sochuku 0.52. Amosun 0.52. Foladara 0.52. Good job, good job. All right, so moving on, moving on, moving on. Question number 3. Question number 3. I hope you are ready. Yes, John, I can see your response. All right, so let's move on to another question. What is 117.3 divided by 100? 117.3 divided by 100. So I'm going to write out 117.3. Then I will divide by the power of 10. 100 is 10 raised to the power of 2. So we are going to move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So let's go 1, 2. So our decimal points will be written where we stopped counting, and that's in between the first digit and the second digit. So that's 1.173. The answer will be 1.173. Awesome. Now it is VIP question time. It is question time. Question time is stars time. Ready? VIP questions. Who wants to be a VIP? Who wants to be a VIP? All right. Question number 1. Get ready to make your fingers very fast. I'm going to mention only the first 5 students, only the first 5 pupils. I'll be mentioning only the first 5 pupils. If you are one of the first 5 pupils, I will mention your name and I'll be giving you 2 points. For each correct answer, you'll be having 2 points. All right, so question 1. Give the value. Make sure you write it in your notebook. Give the value of give the value of 1000 times 3.7. Give the value of 1000 times 3.7 at the countdown of 5. Post your answer and your name in the chat. At the countdown of 5, I may have to close the chat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so let's see those who got the answer right. Wow, lots of answers. Okay, so let's see those who got the answer right. Let's see. Poladara. Yes, what's our answer? 1, 2, 3. 3,700 is the correct answer. Correct. You have 2 points. Okonkwo Eric, 2 points. Favor Godwin. The answer is not 3.700. Please try again. Similarly, Aremo, 2 points. Peace, 2 points. Miracle, check your answer and try again. Michelle, check your answer and try again. Kosi, correct, 2 points. Joy Oyinlola, check your answer and try again. Timileyin Aremu, 2 points. Amara, 2 points. Obaloluwa, 2 points. Adeoluwa, 2 points. All right. So for those who just typed in their answer, you have done your correction. That's fine. Now 3.7 times 1,000. Move the decimal point 3 places to the right. 1, 2, and 3. Fill up these spaces with 0. Where we stopped counting was here. This was where we stopped. And that's where our new place of decimal point is. That is the new place for the decimal point, all right? You shouldn't put decimal point. Your answer should not be like this again. We have shifted the decimal point, all right? We were shifting the decimal point. So when you're writing your answer should be 3,700, all right? We have shifted the decimal points right there. So that's 3,700. Question 2. Question 2. 0.2759 times 10,000. What is 0.2759 times 10,000? At the countdown of 5, post your answer in the chat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. All right? Let's see the correct answer. Yes, Foladara, 2 points. Favor Godwin, 2 points. Precious and Praise, 2 points. 0 before a number is the same as a number. All right. Okay, so let's do it together. Let's do it together. 10,000 has 4 zeros. So let's shift the decimal points. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's been shifted outside. So our answer is 2,759. 2,759. Next question, question 3. What is 14.9 divided by 10? When dividing, you move to the left. Multiplying, you move to the right. When dividing, you move to the left. Multiplying, you move to the right. So what is 14.9 divided by 10? Type your answer in the chat and let's see who is correct. I'll be calling only the first 5. Yes, Foladara, 1.49. Correct, correct. You have 5 points. Similarly, I remove 5 points. And mm, mm, that person wasn't correct. Okay, so Kosi Sochuku is the third person, 1.49 correct. So you have 5 points. So I have Kosi Sochuku, I have Timileyin Aremu and Foladara who have 5 points. Those were the people who posted their answers quickly. All right, so let's divide by 10. Move to the left when dividing. 10 has only 1 0. Start from the decimal point 1. So your decimal point comes before 1 and 4. So your answer is 1.49. All right. One more question for dividing by powers of 10. Ready? What is what is 5.3 divided by 1000? What is 5.3 divided by 1000? Post your answer in the chat, everyone. What is 5.3 divided by 1000? At the countdown of 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, I'm going to call the first 5. We are meant to divide. We are not meant to multiply. When dividing, you move to the left. Multiplying, you move to the right. When dividing, you move to the left. Multiplying, you move to the right, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Let's go. All right. So what's the answer? 5.3 divided by 1000. Let's see those who got the answer. 1, 2, 3. 0.053. Correct. Poladara, you have 5 points. Favor Godwin, you have 5 points. Kosi Sochuku, you have 5 points. Peace, you have 5 points. One more, one more, one more. Precious and Praise, you have 5 points. So those are the 5 people that will be getting my 5 points for being very fast. So 5.3 times 1000. 1000 has 3 zeros. Move your decimal point 3 places to the left. 1, 2, and 3. Your decimal point ends here, or your counting stops here, so you place your decimal point there. Now for these empty spaces, fill them up with 0. And to the left side, write 0. So the final answer is 0.0053. That is our correct answer. Thank you for paying attention. You are amazing. In case you couldn't get my 5 points, don't worry. You are still the best. Some other day, you're going to get the 5 points. All right. It's English language time. Yes, 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 yes. It's time for us to move on to English language. Are we ready? So we just take out some time to teach or to learn English language rather. I hope you are ready. Who is this? Somebody is asking for game. Please do not respond to anybody in the chat. The pupil with Eric Okonkwo, please stop typing. Stop typing. Yes, if 1000 students will be attending this class, they will hear your name for typing the wrong thing in the chat. Everybody, please type stop to Eric Okonkwo, who plays Free Fire and Blood Strike. Please type stop, everybody. Type stop to Eric Okonkwo. Do not chat or ask for games in this class. It is prohibited. All right, everybody, type stop. Type stop. Stop, stop. Yes, that's to warn that person who type. If you type anything against what we are doing here, we are going to all type stop at you. So type stop. Thank you. Thank you for responding. Amazing. So make sure you do not chat with anyone in the chat. Do not type anything that is against our class. Only listen to the teacher. Yes, thank you for typing stop. Amazing. Now let's move on to English language. We want to learn articles a, and the. Yes, yes, yes. We just want to correct ourselves in some silly mistakes we've been making. Articles a, an, and the. Articles a, and the. Somebody will say, oh, it's too simple, Mrs. Grace. Why are you teaching us this? You can imagine somebody saying a orange. My mother gave me a orange. It's actually wrong. You don't use the article a before a word that has a vowel sound. All right? You don't use a before a word that has a vowel sound. I did not say a vowel letter. I said a vowel sound. Do not use a for a word that has a vowel sound at the beginning. All right. Okay. Okay, it's time for everyone to pay attention. Nobody should type again. Okay, everyone. A and the. So where do we write the A? Article A is written before a word that begins with a vowel sound. Article A is written before a word that begins with a vowel sound. So you need to listen to the sound of the word. All right, in English language, we have, all right, everyone, Article A is used or written before a word that begins with a consonant vowel sound. Article A is written before a word that begins with a consonant sound. Consonant sound. All right. What are the consonant sounds of English language? We have B. We have K. We have D. G. All right. J. K. L. Mm. R. S. W. Y. You will see that I did not say letter B, letter C, letter D, letter F, letter G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, W, V, X, Y, Z. I actually made the sound of each letter. So we deal with sound. Article A is written or used before a word that begins with a consonant sound, a consonant sound. So let's look at examples. So if I have a space before the word ball, ball, ball. It begins with the first sound B. It begins with the first sound B. All right. So because it begins with B, I did not say just the letter B. I mean the sound B. So I would say a ball, a ball. Number two, a house, a house. Number three, a mouse, a mouse. Number four, a net. Now let's look at the article on. All right. Now article on is used for a word that begins. Article "and" is used for a word that begins. Article "and" is used for a word that begins with vowel sound. That begins with vowel sound. I did not say that begins with vowel letter. So don't just be on the lookout for letters. Be on the lookout for sound. And you need to listen when the words are pronounced. Now let's look at examples. Examples of words that begin with vowels. All right. I have this. I have egg, egg. All right. Number two, orange. Number three, I have elephant, elephant. All right. Number four, I have earthquake, earthquake. Number five, I have going to use this word idiots. All right, idiots. Ready? So, and can be used for these words. Now, I have another one I'm going to bring in down here. I'm not going to bring it here. I'll come back to where we have the A, article A, and I'll tell you something about that. Now, number one would be an egg. Number two, an orange. Number three, an elephant. Number four, an earthquake. Number five, an idiot. Okay, now let's go back to Article A. Do you know one thing about Article A? Article A is used to begin a word or used before a word that begins with consonant sound. Now, let me include this. Number five example for Article A. Dash, and I have this. European, European. Number six, dash, university, university. All right. Number seven, dash, uniform, uniform. Now, look at these words. They can begin with vowel letters, but they are not vowel sounds. Everybody pay attention. European begins with a vowel, as in the letter, but the sound is not a vowel sound. It is the sound of a consonant, and that consonant is y, which is the pronunciation of the letter Y sound. All right? The letter Y says y. Letter Y says y. So in this word, it is pronounced as European, not European, and it is not Europe. It is European, okay? Like you have Yuro. So it is pronounced as European, all right? And if you're pronouncing Euro, it is Euro, not Euro. All right. So this is not European, it is European. So as a matter of fact, you will write an. Sorry, a European. He is a European. Okay, now look at number six. We have university, university, university. The beginning sound is not university, and it is not university, all right? And it is not university, it is university. So the letter U has a sound Y, okay? It has a long sound Y. So in this word, University, the beginning sound is Y. So that's university. So it will be a university, a university. Number seven, we have uniform, which also has the sound Y at the beginning. All right, it has the sound Y, which is the sound of a consonant. That's why you should listen to words. Listen to the sound that appears in words. Don't just look for the words. You want to see it before you can pronounce it. No. When you hear it, you should be able to say the sounds that appear in the words. The sounds that appear in the word. So this is uniform. So that would be a uniform. A uniform. All right. A uniform, a uniform, a European, a university, a uniform, a ball, a house, a mouse, a net. All right. Now let's go back to article and. We have seen some examples on article and, which are an egg, an orange, an elephant, an earthquake, and an idiot. Now, these articles A and an are used for indefinite, they are used because they are called indefinite articles. That is, they are not going to identify something. You actually use them to talk about something you have not met before, something you have not come across before, something you have not maybe seen before that moment. So, or something among all other things. A man was here, a man was here, which means you do not know who the man is. It's just a man out of many men around, out of many people around. A man refers to one. one man. So we use a before a singular noun. Yes, we use a before a singular noun that begins with a consonant sound. And we use a also for nouns that are not like you don't know who that thing is. You don't know who that person is. You don't know what that thing is. All right. I hope you understand. The same thing goes for an. Same thing goes for an. So they are called indefinite articles. Indefinite articles. Now, the next type of article will be definite article G. Okay, definite article the, the, all right, the. So the word the is used for what you know, what you have identified. Go into the room, which means you know the room that I am talking about. Give me the pen, which means I know the pen that I am asking you to give to me, which means the pen with you. But if I say, give me a pen, it means go somewhere. Just pick any pen, or out of many other pens, give me one pen. That is the meaning of give me a pen. So it's from among what we don't know. Just pick something. Now, when we say give me the pen, it means I am definite. I'm saying you should give me a particular pen which you know and which I know. So let's look at this. The man who came here, you can see why we are using the, because the man had been there. So that's why we can identify, and that's why we call the definite article. So we'll be looking at some examples where we can use the or. Let's look at the uses of the. Let's look at the uses of the. All right. I believe everyone is following. Yes. So if you're following, you're going to give me a word that we can put a before. A word that a can be before, like a bag, a pair of shoe, a book. So type in the comment section, type in the chat a word that can come after the letter A. A word that can come after the letter A. So the is used to refer to a specific, yes, a specific person or object. The is used to refer to a specific person or object. Okay, everyone. Awesome, awesome. A pillow, yes, yes, yes. A pencil, a bag, good. A policeman, yes. A little time, yes. A unicorn, fantastic. Peace, good job. I love that. A unicorn, because unicorn has the sound y at the beginning. A dog, yes. A man, yes. A girl, good. Miracle, correct. Yes, now let's do this together, everyone. Let's do this together. Let's just write these examples of using the. Let's write it down. A, the girl standing there is my cousin. Is my cousin. The girl standing, everybody write. The girl standing there is my cousin. So the is referring to a specific person. The blouse, the blouse you are wearing. So you can see that that is used for specific object or a specific person. The blouse you're wearing together. We have an exercise to do together. Quick one, quick one, quick one. Let's do this exercise together. So let's go exercise. Everyone, write. Fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks with a, an, or the where necessary. Looking at the first one, can you see the river from here? All right. Number two, Africans dash easy to learn. Easy language to learn. Met Englishman. He met that Englishman during his tour to Kenya. Keep writing, no typing. Yes, I know some of you are already giving me the answer. That's good. Number four, get me dash book that is interesting. That is interesting. Not dash type, not dash type of books. Can specific so that we can you see the read here? Yes, yes, yes. I can see your answers. Amazing. Amazing. My screen is blurred. That should be your network. Here. Try to leave the class and come back to class. All right. African is not an easy language to learn. Number three, he met an Englishman during his tour to Kenya. Number four, yes, an Englishman. Get a book that is interesting, not the type of books you usually read. So this is indefinite because the speaker knows and can identify the types of books that you usually read. One of you, yes, 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 yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. If you enjoy this class, type your type a very good word in the chat. If you enjoy this class, type a positive word in the class. Everyone, amazing. You can say it's amazing, it's beautiful, it's interesting. Good. You can say excellent. So, how was the class? Thank you. Thank you for your response. Awesome, 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 awesome. Thank you, everyone. All right. Nice learning. Have a wonderful time. See you again next time. Goodbye.